This week on Addicted to the Outdoors.
It's time for one of our favorite hunts
with Tom and Brent from Browning Trail Cameras.
Turkey season with the Brunsons, and I can't wait to get started.
My son wanted to hunt that afternoon. He's never hunted Osceolas before.
It's great spending time with other dads getting their kids outdoors.
Trotter came in 30 yards out of range.
We had to take Brent out gigging for the first time.
Little drum. He can sit still.
And now I'm starting to hyperventilate because he could pop out behind us.
Born and raised by a hunting family in the swamps of Florida and shooting a bow by 8 years old, Jon Brunson took to hunting early. Gina grew up fishing with her father, but it was weekend hunting trips with Jon that put big game blood under her fingernails for the first time. Even now, with raising 6 kids and running 3 companies, Jon and Gina are still a fistful of dirt couple that take life by the antlers. Sound familiar? If so, pull up a stump with the Brunsons, because they are addicted to the outdoors.
Man, what a buck.
On this week's episode, it's time for one of our favorite hunts with some of our favorite people.
We've been doing this hunt for 9 or 10 years now with Tom and Brent from Browning Trail Cameras. We absolutely love getting these guys down each year to get their Osceolas, as well as give them a taste of the Florida lifestyle.
Well, here we are, turkey season with the Brunsons. What started out as an opportunity to get to know each other a little more has turned into so much more, and I can't wait to get started.
This year is a bit different because after all these years, Brent has finally brought his family down with him. And while the girls are staying at the beach, Brent is hoping to get his son Reed his first Osceola ever. So the plan is to get into Ross hammock, meet up with the guys, and then put a strategy together for our next morning's hunt.
While Jon is meeting up with the guys for the hunt, I'm gonna stay back at the house to do some last minute prep for the twins' senior prom.
We met up with Ron and his son Trace before the morning hunt, and there's no better place to have a pre-hunt strategy than the donut shop.
Now that we've met up with Ron and Trace, we go out to the barn. We're going to sit around and talk for a minute. Traditionally, Brent will head off with Ron, and I'll head off with Trace, and off to the woods we go. Fortunately for me, I've got the big guy, Jon Brunson, with me today.
With the plan in place, it was time to get after it. I'm going to be going out with Tom, while Ron and Brent focus on trying to get Brent's son his first Osceola.
We go out to a place where I've hunted before. It's actually where I hunted the first morning last year. We head out there, we get set up, and one thing that we notice just as we're getting set up, my man Trace has forgotten the decoys.
We get halfway to the blind in the dark, and I don't have decoys.
Now at first we think, it's gonna be okay. We're by the roosting area, so we get set up, a few hens come out, and then all of a sudden I hear birds working back to my right. I start to look. Couple jakes step out into the field, and about 80 yards out in the timber, I see a fan, and it's a full fan. So I know I've got a Tom strutting back here, but I've got a problem. There is nothing between me and the jakes that have walked out, and I can't reach for my pot call right now, and I can't purr. If we had decoys, Trace, we might have a little success at this point.
And yeah, that was totally on me. Trotter came in 30 yards out of range, hung up looking for us, just would not commit without something there to draw his attention.
These birds, looking for the hens that they've heard sounding off here just a few minutes ago, find nothing and make their way back into the woods. Strike one.
Well, our morning was pretty eventful. We had a nice bird come out across the field that we just could not get to come our way. And I'm not sure, but it might have had something to do with Trace forgetting the decoys. So we were just hoping that Ron and Brent were having better luck.
Okay, the morning hunt was rather difficult. We heard a lot of birds around, but nothing wanted to act right. And nothing responded. Once the birds flew down off the roost, they went with hens and just basically shut up the rest of the morning. So it was a difficult morning, to say the least.
So after the first morning, we haven't had any luck. We start to think about what to do. And of course, my favorite part of the day is lunch. So we head out for lunch and we're gonna reset and head out with a new plan on the first afternoon.
We had them coming right our way. We'd have the decoys, they probably would have come the whole way.
Rob stuck his head in the truck twice. Trace, you got everything? Yeah!
I mean, we had the Jakes in the field with two big toms right behind them. They were starting to hold out, and they just kind of hung up and wouldn't come. I'm like, man, we had a decoy out there.
We had decoys.
It's all about
Somebody forgot the decoy.
I can't catch a break.
If it ain't in this vest, I don't need it.
So after lunch, we've hit the reset button and we've got two new plans. One of those involves me, Trace, and John heading off to a place that I really haven't hunted before. And then with Brent, we have a new twist. His son Reed has made his way to Florida and he's gonna make an attempt to kill his first Osceola.
So we came out, went to lunch. My son wanted to hunt that afternoon. He's never hunted Osceolas before, never hunted out of a blind before. So I was worried he was gonna move too much. I got to where we wanted to set up and he moved and moved and moved.
As luck would have it, we got set up that afternoon and heard some birds gobble. They're generally not real responsive in the afternoon, but we heard some birds gobble and had some jakes come in on us.
So I'm trying to move and see it. I can't see anything. My son gets his gun, picks it up, gets ready. I look up and it's a jake maybe 10 feet away. Wait a second, no. He can sit still. Comes back out right in front of the gun barrel, could not be more than 6 feet away. Kill him if you can. Good job, dude. And the head just disappears. It's unbelievable. Man.
Congratulations.
Get up, dude.
You smoked him.
He did.
That's a total headshot.
There's not much left of it. Point, I'm ecstatic. It's one of those things that you only experience once in your life with a son, having him pull the trigger on the Osceola. I don't even think at this point he knows what he's done. So well, that one almost got up in the blind with us.
He sure did.
You know what? He almost sat in your lap.
He said he shot him just out of self-defense.
Well, I'm telling you, I've never seen one shot like that where you almost took the head clean off. I'm proud of you, dude. It was an incredible shot, incredible hunt. I can't thank John, I can't thank the Cannons enough.
It's great spending time with other dads getting their kids outdoors. I know how excited Brent was for his son because I've been there myself with our kids.
I'm so excited for Brent and Reed. It's always something special to experience such a great hunt with your kid.
The rest of the day was pretty quiet for all of us, so we got together and decided to make some pretty significant changes in our strategy for the next morning. And all in all, we were feeling pretty good about our odds.
Brent, over the years, has been full of surprises. Sometimes he shows up, sometimes he doesn't, sometimes he shows up at the last minute. Well, this year, he also brought his whole family, and they were doing like this family vacation on the side, and he was trying to squeeze in the turkey hunting. So on morning number 2, he gets there and he informs me that he's only gonna be able to hunt until 8:30 that morning. No pressure, right? So we go in the woods, we got set up. I was telling him, you know, just in a couple real quick details about where the birds were gonna come from, what I thought they were gonna do that morning.
We sit down, get situated. Ron leans over in my ear and says, okay, birds are gonna come from the right down this fire break, they're gonna come from the left down this fire break. And no sooner did he say those words, 3 hens stepped out. I know a longbeard's got to be with them. We sit down, get situated. Ron leans over in my ear and says, okay, birds are gonna come from the right down this fire break, they're gonna come from the left down this fire break.
I get the camera up, get it unfolded, and immediately I see the gobbler, and he's already in full strut and in range.
I'll start shallow breathing, I'm about to pass out. He stops behind a tree, just like they always do. So I sit there for another 3 or 4 seconds. The bird comes out of strut, starts walking, I say, stop him.
It was just the fastest, craziest, perfect timed hunt that I've probably ever been on. It was awesome.
What'd you think about that?
You are the absolute man. We had an hour and a half to do this, and you got it done in 45 minutes. We've killed a lot of great birds, but this one was special. Not only did I get to follow my son, him killing a bird the day before, I killed one the next day, but this turkey spurs, I don't know if I've ever killed an Osceola with spurs like this. Longer and sharper than anything I've ever killed down here.
With 2 birds down, we only had one thing left to do, and that was put Tom on a bird.
We've made our way to a different piece of ground that I've hunted before and been successful on before. And as we're driving into the field, we actually see some hens feeding off to our right, and we decide to hurry up, get set up, work our way into the tree line, and hope for the best. Now, once we've gotten set up and settled down, we start to hear hens where we'd seen them when we first came into the field. And then what we were waiting for, we heard a gobbler sound off.
That one's for sure strut. I thought there's another one to the right here.
Now we've got to make some decisions, obviously. Most turkey hunters have to do it. How do we want to play this? Well, as that gobbler comes under the fence, we decide we're going to go really soft and we're going to play it like we're settled down and we're just hens walking up and down the side of the road. So we just kind of start purring. We're purring, and he starts walking at us. The catch is we don't know if he's going to get into the timber and circle around us or if he's going to come straight to us. He gets out of sight because he gets behind the tree line that's just to our right. I can't see him, John can't see him, and now I'm starting to hyperventilate because he could pop out behind us or he could pop out right on top of us.
He might be coming though. I'd be ready.
So we have to make some assumptions here, and I'm praying that he's going to come down this tree line and pop out in front of us. So what I've got to do right now is get my gun ready, put the call down, I ask Trace to keep purring, and we get set up and we get ready to close the deal.
Here it comes, here it comes. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, baby.
I probably could have let him come a little more, but man, he's so tight-quartered, you got to put him down like this.
Sweet success. We've been able to have another successful turkey hunt down here with Jon and Gina, Addicted to the Outdoors, opening week of turkey season in Florida.
With Tom's bird down, it was finally time to head back to the house for some rest and relaxation. But before we did that, we had to take Brent out gigging for the first time.
Y'all ready to do some gigging? Yes, sir. So Brent, this is finally, man, because you've never done this before.
I know, y'all have been
It's fine. Oh, save it, dude. Save it. Save it. You can, man, before his bird hits the ground, he's packed up and heading home. I mean, there's still feathers in the air. He's like on the interstate. So yeah, this will be good because I know Tom, you've done it twice now. It's fun as crap.
I love it. I'm looking forward to Tom falling in, actually.
Oh, he's probably
already told him I'm going in.
What's up, Gil?
You doing all right?
I am, man. How you doing?
I'm good.
Doing good.
This is Tom, Brent.
Pleasure, Tom. I'm Gil.
Nice to meet you, Gil.
Hey, Brent. Pleasure to meet you folks.
For more information,
Jon always likes to give us a little taste of the Florida life. And once we get down here, he decides we're gonna go gigging. I'm looking forward to it. I've done it a few times, but it's gonna be Brent's first time.
I'd never been gigging before, so I was looking forward to it. Tom had talked about going the last couple of years, but this was the first time for me.
Well, just like hunting, fishing ain't no different and gigging ain't no different. Sometimes it's happening and sometimes it's not. So all in all, it was a pretty quiet evening, especially compared to last year when I took Tom and my boys out.
Yeah. Tom, what you got there, bud?
Chief said?
We got one. Keeper.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
All right here, boys. Get ready.
Oh.
You get it?
Oh, Tommy.
In there.
I saw that big sucker sitting there. I was like, oh no.
As soon as I saw it, I said, kill that thing.
I was all over that. Yeah, the minute I saw him floating over there, my eyes got big. I was like, oh yeah, that's what I came for.
Oh, nice job. What you got there, buddy?
What Chief says?
She does. You say still down.
Yeah, baby.
He still got it.
Big one right there.
Oh, there's even bigger one. Yeah.
Take him. Got him, boy! Got him! Let's go!
What?
Yeah!
Just when we thought our night was gonna be a bust, Brent stuck a big old fish.
Well, look at that. What do you got there? Little drum. That is nice, buddy. Let's check him out.
He was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Man, that was a nice fish right there.
It is.
Well, with our night of gigging behind us, it was finally time for some R&R.
With all the hunting and gigging out of the way, we were able to enjoy the kids going out for their senior prom, while Brent and his family went and enjoyed a day at the beach.
Man, it was awesome seeing the twins all dressed up for prom. Well, as our trip came to a close, you know we had to get Tom out for one last island day on the boat.
This trip has become so special to us. I want to take the time to thank the people at Ross Hammock Ranch, the Cannons, and especially Jon and Gina Brunson and the entire team at Addicted to the Outdoors. Thank you for introducing us to the Florida lifestyle.
It was so great to hang out with the guys again this year, and it was nice to finally meet Brent's family.
You know, we had a great time with the Browning guys. You know, again, like I'd mentioned, I think this is year 9 or 10 that they've been coming down here. And, you know, after that long, they really become like part of the family. We always have a blast with them. You know, Brent had to head home with his family, but you know Tom always hangs out a couple extra days. So it was also cool for Tom to be here while the kids kind of had their whole prom experience. When we were out back doing a photo shoot and doing family pictures, you know, Tom comes and jumps in on some pictures and says, you know, hey, I need to be in these prom pictures. I'm like part of the family now. I would say I think we've probably adopted him by now. But you know, we really have a good time with these guys. And after all these years, you really build those strong friendships, and you really look forward to getting together each year and hanging out.